Joe?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe. I'm Kaitlyn with American.
Hey, Kaitlyn, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Wonderful. Is Mary home?
Yeah, she is.
Awesome. Well, I've got your benefit package here. They do have me using my computer. I'll step inside here. It's a little
Yeah,
cold
look outside.
Yeah.
Don't look at my house. Get too cold.
Right. Well, like I said, I do have your benefit package. They have me using my computer for quality control and to save some time. So do you mind if we use your kitchen table?
There you go. Here.
They're not lit perfect. Do you guys mind if I give you the short version?
No, absolutely not. We're in a rush.
Awesome. Oh, you must be Mary. Nice to meet you, Mary.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Well, hey guys, thanks for taking the time to meet with me here today. I know you said that you were pretty busy this time of year, understandably. And by the way, did you guys make it out to the program or the meeting where they talked about the program?
No, not really, because I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I mean, who does, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, basically that's why they had me out here with the two of you today. So first off, let me tell you exactly why I'm here, what I'm going to do with you guys. So,
You want to try to sell us something?
well, I can't say that for sure, but my job is pretty simple, really. Exactly why I'm here, what I'm going to do. My job is to go through the no-cost benefits that have already been set up with you for the Teamsters, Joe, and review some options that you guys might qualify for. I just need you guys to listen, ask any questions that you have, since they do only let me stop by here the one time during your service period. So can you promise me that you'll ask me any questions?
Yeah. I'll be the one asking you questions.
Okay. Oh man. All right, let me find the letter that you guys got. Do you remember the letter that you got from the Teamsters here initially, Joe?
I don't know, might be Mary.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe, is this your handwriting, Mary? On the card?
Yeah, it was me,
Okay.
you know, he doesn't do the paperwork, you know.
Gotcha.
Too much for him.
Look familiar a little bit? Yeah?
Yeah, actually
Okay.
it does look familiar.
Awesome. So yeah, so when you guys got this letter in the mail, you returned the card. Actually, I got it right here in your folder. Yep. Returned this card. And in that letter, it said that when you return the card, you'd be contacted by somebody. That's me.
Oh, wow.
I know. I mean, you know, in today's world, there isn't really that much personal service anymore. But really, the Teamsters felt like this was important enough that we would send, they'd send me out here personally to handle this for you guys. Sorry, it's taken a little while to get out your way. I think you'd mentioned on the phone it had been a little while.
Yeah.
But not only did, the Teamsters feel that this was important, but actually over 20,000 different groups and unions did as well. So, anyways, let me go ahead and grab my computer and get this set up. It was one heck of a drive out here. How long have you guys lived out this way for?
For like 10 years. We like it here. Quiet, no neighbors.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, you guys, how much land do you guys have here in the property?
Like 4 or 5 acres.
Oh, okay. That's manageable.
Not too shabby.
A little bit to do something with, but not too much to get over your head. I grew up on 1 acre, and I've been meeting with all these people that have anywhere from like 20 to 1,000 acres, so it's just blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys both here from the Litchfield area originally, Oleg? Or
yeah, actually we are.
Okay, very nice. Both of you coming from pretty big families here in the area, or?
I would not say big. No, decent size.
Okay.
Couple brothers.
Yeah. Joe, are your parents still in the area here?
Yes.
Okay, and siblings as well for you?
Yeah, one of my brother, and that one lives a little bit farther away, like 30 minutes away. Not
Oh,
too
okay.
far.
Yeah, that's not bad. Very cool. And I'm sure you guys, got together here not too long ago with the holidays and everything.
Yeah, a little bit, not for too long.
Yeah.
But, he has family. Everybody's busy nowadays.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, I hear you. And especially with school back in swing and things like that, too. Now, Mary, you as well, you've got kids.
Yeah, actually, I do have 2 sisters.
Okay. Siblings here locally as well?
Yeah, both of mine actually locally.
And your parents, too?
Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
They watch the kids sometimes.
Very cool. That's nice though, having your family here locally. I grew up in Michigan, so I don't have too much family down this way, but I still get to see them every so often. Now let me see, my computer's being a little bit slow. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Now, it's just Ben and Abby for the two of you, right?
Yes.
And how old are they again?
Oh my God, 4 and 7.
4 and, wow. So those are fun ages.
Yeah.
They running around like crazy, I'm sure.
Yeah, you are right.
Now, what sorts of things do they like to do for fun?
They're in sport a little bit, Abby's in dance and,
Oh, they're
Ben,
so cute at that age too.
Yes. A lot of headache.
Oh no. Lots of glitter everywhere, I'm sure.
Yes. And Ben, he's in sports. He plays baseball right now.
Oh, cool. Okay. So I'm sure you guys are really active, with like the local little league or.
Yeah. That run, gives us a little bit of running. Yeah.
Now, do you guys have, like your group of parents that you hang out with there with them? All the kids are off doing their thing, you guys are off doing your thing.
Yeah, I mean we socialize, not to too much because.
Oh yeah. You guys are busy.
Yeah,
sure.
we have a busy life. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Joe, how long have you been with the Teamsters for here?
A little over 7 years.
7 years. So
Yeah.
about pretty much as long as you guys have been out this way.
Yeah, like
Okay.
3 years after. Yeah.
Okay. And you're driving a truck.
Yes.
Now, how are the hours for you with that? Pretty crazy, or?
Sometimes can be.
Yeah, I can understand that. And Mary, you're working at home here, right?
Yeah,
Hardest job in the world.
Take care of the kids.
So and they're paying you what, $250 grand a year for that, right?
I wish.
Yeah, no, I mean, my mom did the whole stay-at-home thing too, and it makes a difference. It really does. It's nice having that sort of time with the kids, and I know it really always meant a lot to me growing up too. So.
Yeah. So you're the only one?
I am an only child.
Oh my God. I feel bad for that guy that's gonna marry you.
Why?
Because you're probably spoiled.
Oh boy. Well, maybe a little bit, but I like to think that I work pretty hard. Let me see. Now, Joe, here it says that your birthday is November 27th of what year? Was that 87? I'm saying.
Yeah, 77.
Oh, 77. I'm sorry. Did I get the rest of that right too?
Yeah. I mean, Mary. Yeah, baby Ben.
So you're May. I'm sorry. You're May 18th of 77.
Yes,
Gotcha.
that's correct.
Okay. I don't know why it's saying November 20. That's weird. I don't know why it would say that. Okay. Very cool. Alright, it's almost in place here. Like I said, my computer's a little bit slow. So you've been with the Teamsters for 7 years?
Yes.
Jeez. Wow. I haven't done anything for that long, in a very long period of time. Now, have you pretty much been doing the same sort of work the entire time with the Teamsters, or have you kind of switched it up between here and there?
No, actually. Sort of the same time.
Okay, nice.
So
Very
driving,
cool. Now, how are the hours for you? Are you gone a lot of the time, or?
I try to get here like Saturday nights, Sundays.
Okay, so you guys are at least here all on the family Mary, right?
Yeah.
On the weekends with the whole family. That's nice. Very cool. Get to enjoy the kids' games.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes when I have someone I'm not too tired, I'll go and
nice.
Watch the games or anything like that. But
yeah, I'm sure you guys have buddies come over or whatever.
Yeah, just have a couple beers.
Yeah. Are you guys excited for the Super Bowl?
I don't know. It doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah.
I don't get
really
put money, so.
Oh no, but I mean it's just good fun, and I always like watching the ads and stuff too. So.
Yeah. So what's the ads?
The ads? I mean, they have like all those crazy commercials every year, and they like rate them, and so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know, cause like companies spend like $2 million on an advertisement for 30 seconds at the Super Bowl. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. You gonna watch Super Bowl?
Maybe. I depends on what I'm doing Sunday. I work quite a bit, so
Wow.
sorry about that. Yeah, but we'll see. It'll be a fun time. So, well, I got this set up here, so let me go ahead and get right into this. Like I said, I don't want to be taking up too much of your guys' time here. Okay. So, actually, I'm going to set this aside, kind of show you guys just a few of the videos here and there. Okay. So, Joe and Mary, this is your first no-cost benefit, the health services discount card. Let me ask you, how is your group insurance these days?
Can be better.
Could be better? Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be huge for you guys. So basically, as you know, group benefits are great, but can't cover everything.
Yeah.
So this will give you guys up to a 60% discount on vision care, prescription drugs, hearing aids, and chiropractic services. So this helps to work in the gap areas, but does not take the place of any other coverage that you have in place currently. And so this brochure contains all of the enrollment information, including the toll-free phone number and the website, which will answer any questions that you two may have.
Good.
So I'll leave this brochure with you guys, and you can check it out after I head out. Okay?
All right. Yep.
All right. Now the next no cost benefit is your child safe ID kit. I mean, I'm sure you guys know lots of families with kids around here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys ever seen one of those missing child reports or Amber Alert notifications?
Yeah, actually, so it's not a good thing to see.
Yeah. I mean, It's wild. And I mean, can you even imagine what those parents are going through?
Not really. I wouldn't want to.
Exactly. I mean, it's a nightmare, and it's crazy. In this country, a child is abducted once every 30 seconds. It's crazy to think that 93% of those kids not found in the first 24 hours are never found.
You serious?
I'm serious. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's what the police could come out with there. So this child safe kit provided by American Income is one of the most comprehensive kits out there on the market, Joe. Gives the police everything that they would ever need to find a missing child. So I have one of these here for both Ben and Abby. I'll leave this with you guys. You can play a little bit of CSI Litchfield when I head out, okay? All right. Now this is the no-cost AD&D, or accidental death and dismemberment benefit that your letter talked about. I'm actually going to let the video explain this one a little bit.
All right. You have the popcorn for us?
I'm sorry?
You have the popcorn?
The popcorn.
Yeah, you want us to watch the video.
Oh. No, I wish I don't have a portable microwave. Here, let me just pull it on out. No. No, next time. I'll prepare better next time.
All right, make sure that you do your homework next time.
We see the headlines every day. Drunk driver kills wife and mother. Accidental shooting proves fatal. ATV accident claims life. Just the thought of an accident taking the life of a loved one is very troubling. It's also troubling how frequently an accident takes the life of someone.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And when you consider that millions of people seek medical attention for accidental injuries each year, you want to protect your family, both physically and financially. We have partnered with your organization and are happy to be here today to deliver this no-cost AD&D benefit. Your representative will provide your no-cost accidental death and dismemberment certificate of coverage. We recommend you keep this in a safe place with your other important papers so that it may be found easily in an emergency.
Absolutely. So I have this benefit here for you, Joe. Let me go ahead and explain how this works for the two of you.
Okay.
So Joe, for you, this is a living benefit that pays you $2,000 for the loss of a hand, a foot, or sight in an eye in any accident. Double that amount, $4,000 for the loss of any two. Now, Mary, for you, this is a death benefit. So if Joe were to lose his life in any sort of accident, this $4,000 would pay to you. Does that make sense?
Only $4,000?
I mean, that's what the Teamsters were able to set up for you guys here at Netflix.
He's worth more than that.
Well, obviously. I mean, I would say at least $5,000 gazillion, right?
Yeah.
That's a real number.
Yeah.
Anyways, now, and you're right. You're exactly right, Mary. I mean, if something happens, I know $4,000 doesn't really seem like all the money in the world, and frankly, it's not. But if something were to happen, every little bit helps, right?
Correct.
Okay, so all I need from you, just Joe at the bottom of your signature acknowledging the benefit and that Mary is your beneficiary. Awesome. Very cool. All right, now guys, if something were to happen to you, Joe, you guys would both need our local our local office phone number. So go ahead and grab your phones for me, and we'll get that number.
Yeah, I have it here.
Okay. Do you want the number or the name first?
Yeah, you can give me. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So I'll give you the number. It's 800 686 0042. And the company name is American Income Life, or AIL. Right
Got
there
it.
in the folder.
Got it.
Awesome.
Got it.
Okay. The other thing too I need to grab real quick are your two emergency contacts filled out in the event that the two of you were to die together in a common accident. So it would be wise if they were local and over the age of 18. So who would the first emergency contact be for the two of you?
I don't know. You can put my parents probably.
Okay. What were the names?
Mary
and
Joe.
Well, that works out well.
Yeah.
Last name Smith.
Yes.
All right. And the phone number?
216-688-5750.
5750. All right. And the second emergency contact?
You can probably put her parents.
Okay. Mary, what are your parents' names?
Is Carlos. Ramirez.
Okay. And your mom's name?
Erlinda.
Same last name?
Yes.
Okay. And the phone number?
216-555-3656.
3656. So they're here in Litchfield too, both of your parents?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Now guys, this policy is just on you, Joe. But part 2 of this benefit is you can extend a benefit just like this to close friends, family members, who that you think that could use it. So I'm going to let the video, explain this a little bit better.
I'm sure you know other families or individuals that could benefit from a no-cost accidental death and dismemberment policy. Who would you like to recommend first? It can be difficult to think of people that you would like to recommend. Who do you know with young children or teenagers? Who has had a car accident? Who works in construction? Who recently got married? What about seniors, parents, aunts, uncles, neighbors, or friends? People close to you that could also benefit from this special offer. Other people you may recommend to receive this offer include your neighbors, your relatives, PTA members, or even your coworkers.
Absolutely. So guys, how this works, for example, is if, something were to happen to your parents, Joe, maybe your dad were to be in a bad car accident sometime next year, because of you having access to this through the Teamsters, a $2,000 benefit just like yours would pay out then to, your mom or the family if you were to lose his life in that accident. So this is at no cost to you guys, no cost to them at all. It's just important to make sure that you take advantage of this while I'm out here with you, just because I'm not sure how long you'd be able to extend this for. And to anybody that you guys would extend this to would also get, the health services discount card and the child safe kit if they've got any kids or grandkids of their own. So if it's okay with you guys here, the first two of those benefit packages would go out to your parents as your emergency contacts. So I can definitely make sure to get them included here. Okay, so we've got your parents, Joe, and your parents, Mary. Okay. And Joe, I know that you also said that you had a brother here, a couple of siblings here locally. What was the oldest's name?
Oh, his name was Vlad, but I think he has already all this. Yeah, it's VLAD, but I think he already has. He's a part of Teamsters too, actually.
Oh, actually, perfect.
So I don't think, he already probably have this because he signed up the same card.
Good. Okay. Actually, it's kind of funny. A lot of folks that get the mailing from, the company about the benefits think it's junk. They toss it out. So we're actually running a member catch-up program right now to try to catch up with members that, may have not sent back the card or gotten lost in the mail or something. So at the very least, I can get in touch with him, make sure he was able to take advantage of the benefits. And there have also been some new benefits here added in local recently that I could make sure that he was able to get for his family.
Yeah.
So is Vlad married?
No, actually he is single.
Okay. And any kids for him?
No
okay.
kids. No kids.
That he's here in Litchfield?
Yeah, he's in the area.
Okay.
I mean, he's kind of mean guy, so I don't know.
That's okay. I'm a pretty tough lady. I play roller derby and everything.
Yeah,
so
alright.
I do.
Say so.
And I know that you said you had another sibling here, about
yeah,
half an hour
he's not
away.
here though. He's like 30 minutes away.
Closer to Cleveland?
Yeah, towards that
Sure.
area.
That's actually where we're headquartered. That's where our office is. So what was his name?
His name actually is Mark.
Mark. Okay. Very cool. Let me see here. And Mary, you said that you had some siblings here locally too?
Yeah, I have two sisters, but they're already covered. They have their own business, and
Awesome.
They're loaded.
Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome. You know what I see, Mary? I meet with people in a whole bunch of different financial situations, and really it kind of boils down to one thing. If something were to happen to your sisters, do you think that they'd be better off with or without an extra $2,000?
Probably would.
Yeah.
But they already have money.
Oh yeah. Basically this is just giving them the opportunity to take care of something like this. I would ask that you guys give a call to anybody that you would extend this to. They let you give up to 10 of these out to close friends and family members. And I'll get in touch with them. They can decide whether or not it's something that makes sense for their family. If they're not interested, that's fine. But at the very least, we're giving them the chance to make that decision for their family. So let's at least extend that chance to them,
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
With my sister.
Yeah. What was your sister's name?
Marianne.
Marianne. Oh, that makes it easy. And I think you said you had another sister here too. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, Cassandra.
Cassandra. Okay. You guys have 4 more to go.
4 more to go.
Mhm.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah, you guys are doing good so far. You got 6 down. You got 4 more to go.
All right. I don't know. You can try to do my buddy.
Yeah. What was his name?
Andrew.
Andrew. Okay. And is he here in Litchfield?
Yes.
Okay.
He has 2 kids actually.
How do you guys know Andrew?
Basically dance class.
Dance
Has a
class.
daughter, yeah.
Dance buddies.
It's not
dads.
dance buddies. It's just
Yeah. Dance dads. You
Yeah.
guys to make like a reality TV show or something out of that.
Yeah.
All right. 3 more guys.
I don't know.
If you guys
Maybe
want to scroll through your phones, that'd be great.
Yeah, I believe that you can put my friend. Her name is. Let me see. Oh my God. Let me look at my phone. Her name is Calandra.
Calandra.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
great
crazy name.
I've never heard that name. It's great.
Yeah, Coleman.
Calandra Coleman. All right.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll just get the names first and then I'll come back through for the phone numbers.
Okay.
Okay. And we got 2 more to go.
You can put Alexandra.
Alexandra. How do you guys know
McCoy.
Alexandra?
She's
Co-worker?
one of my friends.
Oh, a friend? Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. And 1 more. Mary, you gave 2 here. We'll get 1 more from Joe.
Joe, no, you have no chance with Joe.
Yeah, okay, Mary.
Joe works a lot.
All right. You're the social one. Gotcha. Really well. Does she go by Kaitlyn too?
It's a pretty name, huh?
It's a pretty good thing. I would
Okay,
say.
yeah. Her last name, I believe, is Smith.
Smith. All right. Now let me go through, and I have your parents' phone numbers. Let me get that in here real quick. And you said they were both in Litchfield.
Yeah.
Now, did any of them have like the grandkids living with them or anything like that? At all?
I don't know that many details. No, they don't have grandkids living with them, but
Okay.
I mean, they do have grandkids. Right?
And you said that Vlad was single, no kids.
No kids. He's
Okay.
living the life.
Last name is Smith.
Yes.
Okay. And in Litchfield here,
Yes.
and the phone number.
216-655-3235.
Okay. And then Mark. What was Mark's last name? Smith as well, because it's your brother.
Yes,
Third
that's
Joe.
correct.
Okay. Any kids for him?
Yes.
How many?
He has 2.
2 kids. Is he married?
Yes.
What's his wife's name?
Lucky.
Lucky. Okay. And you said that they're up in Cleveland?
Yeah, he's not a lucky man though.
Oh boy. And the phone number for them.
216
Yep.
355 6252.
6252. Okay. Next was Marianne.
Marianne. 567
Mm-hmm.
333 2525.
And what was her last name, Mary?
Her last name?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me look here. Ramirez.
I'm sorry?
Ramirez.
Ramirez, that's right.
Yeah.
And she here, where is she living these days?
Like 15 minutes away from here.
Okay. She's single?
Yes.
Any kids for her?
2.
2 kids. Okay. And Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Yeah, your other sister. Ramirez, or is she married?
No, she's still Ramirez. She lives with somebody.
Oh, okay. What's the boyfriend's name? Sugar daddy's name?
Nate.
Nate. Nate, the sugar daddy.
I don't know if you can say sugar daddy. But
Where are they living these days?
here in town.
Okay. Any kids for them?
3.
Okay. And the phone number?
216-553-2996.
2996.
Yes.
Okay. Andrew. Last name?
Last name for Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at my phone here. Last name for Andrew is gonna be Frankine.
Frankine. Is he married?
No.
And obviously he has at least a daughter, since you guys are dance dads together.
Yeah.
Just the 1 kid for him?
Yes, he has a daughter.
Calandra Coleman. Where's she living?
Where she lives in?
Mm-hmm.
She lives in town.
In town? Okay. Here in Litchfield. Oh, shoot. You know, I'm sorry. I forgot to get Andrew's phone number. What was the number there?
255
Mm-hmm.
5759.
59. Is that a 330?
Yes.
Cool. Calandra married?
Yes.
Okay. What's her husband's name?
What's her husband's name?
Mm-hmm.
Joe.
Joe. Any kids?
No.
And the phone number?
355
Mm-hmm.
599
Mm-hmm.
6957.
All right. I'm almost done here. Alexandra.
Alexandra?
Yeah.
I thought we were done.
Oh, well, you gave me Alexandra and Kaitlyn as the last 2. I just
Oh.
the phone numbers.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second.
No
You're
worries.
confusing me now.
No worries. I'm not just saying random names. No worries.
Yeah. All right. So it's 216.
Yep.
335
Mm-hmm.
5263.
And did you say that she had some kids?
No kids for
No
her.
kids. She married? Boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. What's his name?
His name who? She's not married.
Oh, but her boyfriend's name.
Oh,
They
her
live
boyfriend.
together?
name. Yeah, they
Okay.
live together. Let me see here. Mario.
Mario. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And the last name for her?
I thought I'd give it to you.
You just gave me her first name.
I'll just give it. It's let me see here. Wow, it's crazy. Zangardi.
Zangardi. Alexander Zangardi. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Kaitlyn Smith. She here in Litchfield as well?
Yes.
Okay. Phone number.
216-577.
Yep.
9696.
Very cool. Friend of yours, you said, here in town. Married?
Yes.
What's
No. She's not married.
Not married.
She's single. No
Single,
kids.
no kids. Okay. Keeping it simple.
Yes.
All right. Guys, like I said before, please make sure that you give these people that you sponsored a call. It's important that they know that I will be getting in touch with them to deliver the benefits, set up an appointment just like I'm doing with you guys.
Okay.
I mean, actually, if you guys could go ahead and send a text out right now while I'm here, that way, if anyone texts back or anything, I can answer any questions. That'd be great. Do you think you could send that off real quick for me, Joe?
Yeah, what do you want me to text them?
Just that you were able to sponsor them to receive some no-cost benefits through your union, and that Kaitlyn, yours truly, will be in touch with them about delivering the benefits.
All right, I'll do that.
And if you want to say that I'm just like the coolest person you've ever met too, that would work too.
Oh, okay. We'll think about it.
A little much maybe.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
All right. Good stuff, guys. Cool beans. And actually, if you guys were, out of this list to say, anybody that you think could really use these benefits, who would be a few people that you'd say that you think I should really prioritize?
Oh, no, my brother and her sisters, I believe.
Vlad and Mark, both of them?
Yeah. Okay. And I believe that, my mom's old, that I don't know.
Okay, well.
I don't even know if they want to talk
to you. Like I said, the best thing that you can do is just let them know, and then they can figure it out for their families from there. All right. Okay. My computer is doing some weird things. There we go. Okay. Now guys, before I get into anything else, the next thing I do need to go over real quick is your group's mandatory read-off letter. Basically just describes the enrollment process here for the benefits. Do you mind if I kind of just summarize this for the two of you?
No, we're running out of time actually.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be like 15 minutes, but no, it's half an hour already.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I'm giving you guys the short version here. I'm kind of skipping through some things, so we're going to summarize this, okay?
All right.
So basically what it's saying is that as I'm going through these benefits here with you guys, you're nodding your head thinking, yeah, these seem like some great benefits. You can definitely see why the Teamster set this up here and why so many of the members are doing this. Go ahead and apply today with me while I'm out here with the two of you. Now on the flip side, if as I'm going through things, you're thinking, yeah, these seem like some great benefits, I just don't really, see a need for the family right now, I'm actually going to ask that you not apply. So either way, yes or no, they do ask that that decision be made here today during your service period, just in fairness to all the other folks waiting to enroll in the program. The good thing though about these benefits is that they're pretty much set up to be a no-brainer, so you guys will know for sure one way or the other what makes sense for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Now either way, whatever you guys do decide to do, your group still does want your opinion about these benefits. So I'll have you complete this officer report form before I head out. It's kind of like my report card, so that they can continue to get your feedback and improve the program.
Okay.
So that being said, very important you guys, stop me with any questions that you might have. Jill, can you promise me that you'll stop me if you have any questions at all? Okay, Mary, you too? Awesome. All right. Now guys, these next benefits were by far the most important and the most popular with all of the members that I sit down with. Unfortunately, you do have to qualify. So let me just ask you guys a couple questions just to see where we're at on things, okay?
Okay.
First of all, are either of you taking any medications on a daily basis right now?
No.
Okay. How about your background? Are either of you on any form of probation or parole?
No.
I was gonna say,
no.
I'm like, with you driving the truck, Joe, I don't think that would fly too well. So no.
I don't think I'll have my job.
No convictions or charges of any crimes at all?
Oh, I just got out of jail.
Oh, of course, yeah. 20 years in the clink, right?
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago.
And any DUI history for either of you?
No.
Okay. So far, so good. All right. Now, guys, over the years, I'm sure as we go through different benefit changes, contract negotiations, it's give and take. And lately, it kind of seems like we're paying more but getting less, right?
Yeah.
Across the board. And honestly, guys, that's one of the biggest reasons why they had me come out here with the two of you, because they know that this is a concern for families. And working, with our own labor advisory board, all the different groups and unions like the Teamsters and members like the two of you here, they were able to come up with a key list of concerns for working families. Now guys, these concerns were by far the most important and the most vital concerns out there for families. Let me go ahead and grab it here really quick. And the first one of those concerns had to do with funerals and final expenses. Do you guys know about how much a funeral costs these days?
I don't know, 8,000-9,000?
At least, exactly. Actually, the average these days is about $14,000. I'm assuming you guys don't have a shoebox under your bed with that sort of.
I do have one.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Is it filled with shoes?
Everything. I'm not telling yours that.
Oh no, I'm not wanting you to show me your secret shoebox. No worries. But most families that I meet with and that we meet with don't have that sort of money just sitting aside, for the funeral.
Yeah.
And that can be really problematic, especially since most funeral homes require that money to be paid right away before services even occur. The second main concern that they found has to do with paycheck loss. If Joe, if you were to die here, your paycheck dies with you. And Mary, I'm guessing you're not really ready to go off and drive the truck, 60 hours a week, right?
No.
Nothing like that. So it can be a big concern for families. The next concern that they found has to do with your mortgage. Usually your mortgage is your greatest asset. And if something were to happen to you here, Joe, Mary and the kids would be, you guys would be faced with handling the mortgage payments month to month. For a lot of families, that's impossible, and they can face losing their home. The fourth concern that they found has to do with your kiddos. They're the ones that you love more than anything on this earth.
Yeah.
And usually, we see benefits provided through workplace for kids. Those benefits don't stay with your kids if you leave your job, or when they come of age. And additionally, if something were to happen here to one of you, it might put their college education or their future endeavors at risk. It can be a huge concern for families. So I'm sure you can understand that. The next concern that they found has to do with co-pays, deductibles, and lost wages in the event that there were to be some sort of an accident with the family. Say you're driving down the road, drunk driver, or, somebody that's texting veers into your lane and you're in the hospital for a couple weeks. During that time, not only are you racking up, medical expenses that you have to worry about the co-pays and the deductibles for, but you're not working. Mm-hmm. You're losing wages during that time, too. For a lot of families, especially on a single income, that can mean an impossible situation for at least the short term, if not the long term, if something might happen to you more seriously.
That's true.
So those out-of-pocket expenses can cripple families that we see. The next major concern that they found has to do with losses in pension and retirement income in the event of an accidental death. I'm sure as you know, the government's not going to keep paying towards your retirement savings if something happens to you, Joe, right?
Yeah.
Same with you, Mary, right?
Oh, I don't have no retirement.
Well, yeah.
No,
well, I'm sure you have, savings or something, right? It can make a huge difference. And then, guys, the next concern that they found has to do with terminal illnesses, especially cancer. I'm sure you guys know someone that's dealt with cancer at some point, right?
Cancer, it's crazy. It's
crazy. And the statistics are just, it's boggling. It's 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer here.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's a tough thing to deal with. And a lot of times, even if families have savings, those medical expenses hit families hard. They hit them hard. Medical expenses can be a leading cause of bankruptcy, actually, here in the country. It's one of the top causes. And then, of course, affordability being the final concern that they found here for families. A lot of times, these concerns are huge for families, but the cost of trying to take care of all of this out there on the open market can be kind of crazy. And so a lot of families find themselves in a situation where they have these gaps and they leave these gaps open because they're concerned about the price, right?
Yeah.
Waiting on that sort of thing can make you, you get older for one, but your health might change too, which means that you might not even be able to qualify for this sort of coverage down the road. So these were the main concerns that they found here, working with the families as they do. Now, guys, these concerns may or may not be an issue for you, which is, why the last and most important no-cost benefit was arranged here for the members, was a needs analysis. So basically how it works is it identifies any gaps in your current coverage as it stands. Excuse me. If there is no need for a concern, it won't make a recommendation. But if there is a need, then I'll review the recommendation with you guys. Mm-hmm. I just need to go through a couple quick questions just to see where the situation is for you guys here. Mary, real quick, what is your date of birth?
My date of birth is 6/4/82.
June 4th of 82.
Yes.
Okay, and then how about Ben?
Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Ben is 12/4/2007.
December 4th of 2007. So man, he just turned what, 7 here?
Yeah.
Oh man, getting old. He's gonna be in middle school before you guys know it.
Yeah.
And then Abby? Is that
7/4/2010.
Festive. Love it.
Yeah.
Now, is that short for Abigail?
No, just that.
Just Abby, okay, cool. And Ben is just Ben or Benjamin?
No, just Ben.
Okay,
We
cool.
make it short and sweet.
I like it. Alright. Cool. Now guys, just to kind of see where things are at financially for the two of you, Mary, you're a homemaker, no income coming in for you right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And Joe, what is your monthly income currently, your take-home pay?
Why do you need my monthly income?
Just to get a sense of where things might fall on an affordability basis for you guys. I mean, with the program, we obviously don't want you guys bleeding out your pockets month to month, but these are gaps that we're trying to see about covering.
So you try to tell me something now, or?
Well, like I said, we're going to go through the needs analysis to identify whether or not there are any gaps in your coverage. Mm-hmm. And if there are gaps, then I'll review the recommendations with you here. So we'll be able to make sure that you guys understand what you're entitled to and whether there would be a program that your family would need. So
okay.
I'm not going to show you guys anything that you wouldn't need.
Alright.
Does that make sense?
I don't know, like
Okay.
3,200.
$3,200 a month? Okay. Alright. And how much life insurance do you currently have through work, Joe?
I don't know, like 20,000.
20,000? Okay. Anything set up for either of you outside of work?
I have a $50,000 on a term.
That's for you, Joe?
Yes.
Okay. And anything for you, Mary?
Yeah, actually I have a $10,000 of a whole life that my parents set up when I was little.
Smart parents. Good stuff. Now you guys own the place here, correct?
Yes.
Anything left at all on the mortgage?
Yeah, I don't know.
About how much?
120.
120? Okay. And any mortgage insurance in place right now for that?
Mm-mm.
And any, I'm sorry, how long left on the mortgage at this point?
I don't know, 27 years.
27 years?
Till we die.
Till you die, okay. Well, hope you guys like it. And about how much set aside currently for the kids' college education?
About 0.
Okay, about 0. Okay. Checking and savings account for you guys these days?
Yes.
Okay. And then just a couple quick medical questions for the two of you and the kids. If you guys could just answer, for the both of you and the kids, that'd be great. Any internal cancer in the last couple of years?
No.
Insulin, diabetes, or cardiovascular disease?
No.
Any oxygen use at all, like through a mask?
No.
Okay.
We healthy.
Okay. Terminal illnesses then? None
No.
of that? Okay. No Alzheimer's?
No.
Do either of you smoke or use any other form of tobacco or nicotine?
Yep.
Mary, you?
Yes.
Anything for you, Joe?
No. How did you know I smoked that?
What?
How do you know I smoke?
How did I know?
Yeah.
I didn't. I asked you. That's how.
Oh.
I literally just asked you right there.
Okay.
All right. Guys, let me go ahead and see what this is going to recommend here. If it's going to find any gaps. Computers, right?
Hey, I don't like those things.
I know.
So.
I'm a big outdoors girl personally. I like camping and fishing and things like that.
You like fishing? I like
do.
fishing too.
Yeah? Do you get to go much this time of year?
I wish I could. No.
Okay.
Not when I have all this 4 months.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to eat and I'm the only one working. So if I'm not working, they're not eating. They're gonna start eating me.
Well, if you're not working, you just got to go out and fish, right? That's how you'll feed the family.
Yeah, but...
All right. So guys, it did find a couple of gaps here in your coverage, as it finds, and let me see here. Okay. Yeah. So guys, the first benefit that the benefit software is recommending has to do with the cost of funeral and final expenses. As you know, at some point, your family will have to deal with this concern. So this video will help you guys understand the need here for the benefit.
The thought of dying or losing a loved one is never an easy topic. Most people prefer to avoid talking about it altogether. Unfortunately, It is one conversation you are guaranteed to have at some point during your life. You may have already experienced the stress of coping with the death of a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
Death is an emotional issue. Too often, family members struggle between mourning the passing of their loved one, dealing with the division of personal effects left behind, and making funeral arrangements. Grieving is hard, but it's much harder when there is a financial strain of paying for the final arrangements. The average cost of a funeral continues to rise. Costs include transporting of remains, embalming or cremation, preparation of the body, facility fee for viewing and the ceremony,
And it all racks up.
a hearse, memorial cards and
Yeah.
register book,
Shit
a
just
metal casket.
buried in the
backyard.
backyard. Yeah,
I hear that a lot.
That doesn't include additional costs,
so much, man.
such as a cemetery plot, opening and closing of the grave, crypts or mausoleums, and the monument or marker, which can be up to $7,000 or more, depending on what choices your family makes on your behalf. The combination of these final expenses alone could mean thousands upon thousands of dollars for your loved ones to pay for your funeral. But that's not all. Expenses become even more overwhelming when you consider that Social Security only pays a $255 death benefit.
Isn't that a shame,
And that's
guys?
if you qualify.
You work all your life, and that's
All
all you
the
get.
expenses for
Yep.
your family to cover.
That's our government.
Yep.
While you may have life insurance through your job, life insurance benefits can be eliminated or greatly reduced when you retire or lose your job. That can leave you scrambling for life insurance coverage later in life,
I talk
when
to
you
people
need
about
it
this
most
all the time.
and when it is most expensive.
It's terrible.
Outstanding debts cause undue stress during a difficult time that creates a tremendous burden to your loved ones and can last long after your passing. Have you ever wondered who will pay for your final expenses? Will it be your spouse? Will it be your children? Will it be your grandchildren?
Mhm.
The more important question is, how will your loved ones pay for these expenses? Will they have to sell your home or use your life savings?
It's tough to
The
think about.
prospect of your family having to pay thousands of dollars is a troubling thought. But the simple truth is that if you prepare for your own death now, you will save your family from the emotional and financial burden of handling these issues during what will be a difficult time. Here's how it will work. Upon the time of your death, your life insurance policy, along with any existing coverage, will pay a lump sum benefit to your beneficiary. And as a convenience, your beneficiary may elect to take advantage of our Freedom of Choice certificate.
This is huge, guys.
Our Freedom of Choice certificate enables them to assign a designated benefit amount directly to the funeral home following your death. Since most funeral homes want payment immediately, this allows your family to choose any funeral home and provide them with the completed Freedom of Choice certificate. Then the funeral home will contact our company directly to cover the funeral cost. This no-cost service alleviates one burden for your family during this stressful time, allowing the funeral home to make preparations while your family grieves. A life insurance policy gives your loved ones money to cover funeral home charges, cemetery costs, and other related final expenses. If you died tomorrow, wouldn't you want your loved ones to know you were thinking of them today?
Oh, absolutely, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what it's going to recommend here. Okay. So guys, like the video said, the benefit software says that the current average cost of final expenses is right around $15,000, and that's what it's recommending for the two of you. Now, as you can see, you guys do not have anything here. At least Joe, you don't. Mary, you have a little bit there from when you were a kid that your parents got set up for you there. So the need, it'd be $15,000 for you, Joe, and $5,000 for you, Mary. Now the company has the company has this Freedom of Choice certificate set up to handle this concern for you guys. Now don't take the Freedom of Choice certificate to the funeral home and tell the funeral home director it's worth $15,000, because then guess what's gonna happen?
15,000.
Yeah, that's how much your funeral is gonna cost. Instead, you go in, you go negotiate your best deal for your family, because then whatever's left would then pay out to your family at the time of your death. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now they're using whole life insurance to fund this program for you guys, so that way it's there when you need it. Can you guys understand, how important something like this would be, and how, it would give you guys ease of mind when the time comes that it's needed?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me see here. Okay. Now, Joe, can you, I would imagine that if you were to go, a couple weeks without your income, that would be pretty tough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what if you had to go a whole month without your income? I mean, Mary, that'd be kind of crazy, right?
Yep.
And what if you lost your income forever?
I
Not
don't
so
know.
good.
Just gonna have to go find a job.
Not so good, exactly. And that's exactly why the benefit software chose to include income protection for you, Joe. Basically, it's recommending for you, let me take a look here. It's recommending a 5-year protection program for you, $192,000. Right now you have $70,000 in place between your job and the other policy that you have in place. So the need there is $122,000, and that's the amount that they're recommending here for you. So Mary, this would give you and the kids 5 years worth of Joe's income in the event that he were to lose his life.
So I can kill him and get 5 years.
Might not be the most advisable, maybe. I mean, if you love him or something. But basically, it gives you the time that you need, to spend time with the kids, figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, the house, and, your finances moving forward, figuring out what makes sense for you guys. They're using a 10-year protection program to fund this for you. That must be reviewed and renewed every 10 years, based upon your new needs at that time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can you guys see how important something like this would be, Joe, if you were to, lose
Yeah.
your life, and Mary, you were on your own? Absolutely. Okay. Now, guys, after their income, the next thing that most families want secured for their family is their home.
Of your house is
Sorry about that. Gotta turn off my volume here. Is their home. And so right now you guys have about $120,000 left on the mortgage currently.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have any coverage in place to take care of that as it stands today. So they're recommending $120,000 here to take care of the mortgage. Joe, if you were to die here during your working years, it would probably be an accident. So they're using an accidental death benefit to handle this concern. I mean, Mary, wouldn't it give you peace of mind to know that you wouldn't have to worry about making another house payment if something were to happen to
Yes.
Joe? Absolutely.
Yes.
Your kids could stay here, wouldn't have to pay on the mortgage.
That's true.
Okay. All right. Now, guys, the next really key concern that the benefit software did recommend and identify has to do with your kids' college education. I'm sure, as you know.
They can get grants. I'm not gonna worry about that.
But I mean,
I have to pay for everything else. I mean, if they want to go to college, they can, study and get grants, and they can go to college.
I mean, I studied and I got grants, and I'm still paying off $40,000 in student loans right now. It's
Not my problem. It's their problem.
Well, basically, I mean, Joe, I'm sure, you want the best for your kids, and you too, Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if something were to happen, it might jeopardize their opportunity to go off and pursue those sorts of experiences, regardless of how smart or how hard they've worked. Actually, this next video is really eye-opening for you guys.
As parents, you hope to see your children go to college. You know the difference a college degree could make in your children's future earning potential. But if you died and your income was no longer there to help your children with their future education, how would they afford to go to college? An accident can happen to anyone, at any time, and in any place. No matter what your age or circumstances, you or a family member could be a victim. It is also troubling how frequently an accident takes the life of someone. Protect your child's education in the event of your accidental death. Your unexpected death could mean your children won't be able to afford a college education. They could miss out on this opportunity and a lifetime of extra earnings. Have you considered how expensive your child's college education will be? The total average cost for in-state tuition, fees, including room and board for a public 4-year college, continues to rise.
Isn't that crazy?
If the price of sending a child to college increased 4% annually for the next 10 years, sending your child to college will cost more than $100,000. How will your child pay for college if you aren't there? And what will it cost your children and their children if each generation of their family can't afford to earn a college degree? According to the College Board, a 100-year-old nonprofit organization, a typical college graduate with a bachelor's degree can expect to earn 73% more over a lifetime than the typical high school graduate.
Isn't that nuts?
Let's take a look at what this means in real dollars. First, we have a high school graduate making $10.24 an hour, giving them a starting annual salary of $21,290. Now, let's assume they receive a 3% raise in salary every year. If so, their ending annual salary after working for 40 years would be $69,449. Overall, the high school graduate would have made a lifetime earnings of $2.3 million. But now, let's take a look at how much more a college graduate can earn. Let's say a person with a bachelor's degree in their first job makes a starting annual salary of $36,830. If they also receive a 3% raise in salary every year after 40 years, their ending annual salary would be $120,141. Overall, the college graduate would have earned $4 million over their lifetime.
It makes a difference.
You can easily see the true value of your child's education in total lifetime earnings. You can make plans now to ensure your child can afford to attend college if an accidental death prevents you from being there to help pay for it. Don't let them miss out on the opportunity to provide for their families, as well as a lifetime of extra earnings.
Absolutely. So guys, I'm sure you can understand how important that sort of your kids' education is for their family, for their own kids down the road. And Joe, you're young and healthy right now. If you were to lose your life here during your working years, like I said before, it would very likely be an accident. So the need there for both of your kids is about $100,000 to cover the entire cost of the 4-year education. They're kind of recommending a starter program for them, $40,000 for both Ben and for Abby, so $80,000 combined. In the event that you were to lose your life in the accident, their college would be underway.
So everything what you're saying is just due to an accident?
For the mortgage protection and for your kids' education, because it's about whether or not you would die during your working years, it would likely be an accident. But the final expense, like we said, that's funded through the whole life, that's permanent, that's there for you guys when you need it. And with the income protection, that's in place for any sort of death in the course of the next 10 years. But it does need to be reviewed and renewed, like I said. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good question, Joe. Very good question. All right. Also included here for Ben and Abby is a special $10,000 life insurance plan for both of them. When they turn 21, they can convert that up to 5 times that amount, or $50,000 of permanent life insurance with no health questions asked.
Wow.
So your kids will really thank you for having the foresight to get that set up for them here. Let me go ahead and kind of write some of this out here. Now guys, the next concern that the software did identify has to do with any sort of accidental injury that you guys might have. Let me go ahead and, this video will help to explain it a little bit better. See if I can get it in place here.
An accident can happen to anyone, at any time, and in any place. No matter what your age or circumstances, you or a family member could be a victim. Just the thought of an accident taking the life of a loved one is very troubling. It is also troubling how frequently an accident takes the life of someone. When you consider that millions of people seek medical attention for accidental injuries each year, you want to protect your family, both physically and financially. Picture your family trying to make ends meet without your paycheck. Just as accidents happen in an instant, the lives of your loved ones are changed in that same instant. The A71,000 pays cash benefits for accidental injuries. The coverage is guaranteed renewable. As long as you pay the premium, your policy cannot be canceled. This policy pays in addition to group, health and welfare, or workers' compensation coverage. The hospital confinement benefit pays a maximum of $300 per day from the first day of hospital confinement up to a maximum of 365 days for any one accident. The intensive care benefit is payable the first day of intensive care confinement up to a 14-day maximum for any one accident. This benefit pays in addition to the hospital confinement benefit. The accidental death and dismemberment benefit pays scheduled benefits for loss of life, limb, or sight as a result of an accident. This benefit amount is doubled if the accident injury resulted from driving or riding as a passenger in an automobile. Benefits are multiplied by 5 if the accidental injury resulted from riding as a fare-paying passenger in a licensed common carrier. The emergency accident benefit pays for treatment as an outpatient within 72 hours of an injury, up to a scheduled amount.
Cool.
This can be an important benefit for families with young children. This benefit is not paid if you receive any other benefits under this policy. Your representative will review the outline of coverage with you and give you specific information about covered injuries and the benefits paid for each injury. You are free to use your benefit any way you see fit. Pay out-of-pocket expenses related to your accident, or pursue alternative treatments not covered by your medical insurance. Supplement lost income while you can't work. Pay daily or monthly household expenses, or take a much-needed vacation. The choice is yours. You can't foresee when an accident may happen, but you can be prepared if it does.
So guys, just to recap, with this plan, anytime you have a bump, bruise, bee sting, anytime you go in for any sort of accident or injury, it pays you guys $100. If you're overnight in the hospital following an accident, it's $200 per night, and double that for intensive care, or $400 per night. So this makes sure that, the family is completely protected here in the case of any sort of accident or injury. I mean, can you guys understand, how important that would be here for the family and the kids?
Yeah.
Okay. I also do want to highlight, guys, that if you were to lose your life here during your working years, it would most likely be an accident, and really financially that would catch you guys off guard, and stop your Social Security and pension accumulation. So with this program, if you were to lose your life in an accident, your family would receive an additional $20,000 to $100,000 paid out immediately, depending on the type of accident. So this benefit here is set up for both of you, actually, not just you, Joe, but you, Mary, as well. So that way you guys are both protected. Can you guys understand, how this would help a surviving spouse get by and handle, the retirement loss if something were to happen unexpectedly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me see here. Oh, another important feature of this program, guys, is that if either of you are diagnosed with any sort of a terminal illness, such as cancer, you can access half of your final expense and half of your income protection while you're still alive. So that can go towards, paying off your bills and putting your family in the best financial situation. Or what some families do is they use that money to make the last moments of their life the most memorable ones. And then the remainder of the benefit would pay out to your family upon your death. One more thing too is that unlike your group benefits, which you can lose, you keep these. These benefits are yours. So even, if you leave your job, Joe, retire, leave the Teamsters, you keep these. They also come with a strike and layoff waiver. So if you're ever on a qualified layoff, they'll cover the benefits for you for up to 3 months. And for a qualified strike, it's up to 12 months. So this makes sure that you guys don't lose the benefits when you need them the most, and you never have to worry about paying that back. So let me go ahead and kind of write this all out here, make sure that this all is, complete for you guys. Give me just a second here. Sorry guys, I'm almost done, I promise. So, alright, so let me go ahead and run through these guys. But before I do, Joe, right now you're making, you said $3,200 a month, about $800 a week?
Yes.
Okay. And you said, then just kind of bear with me here. So, let's say your boss comes up to you tomorrow at work and tells you, that things have just been going super well recently with the company, and they're going to start having you having everybody work an extra hour each week. So you'd be working for, say, 41 hours. In a perfect world, you're working 40 hours.
Yeah.
Now, with that extra hour, you're probably going to be pretty excited, but you're not going to go off and buy matching Ferraris or start building, the man cave down in the basement or go off on, 2-week vacation to Disney World. I'm sure Ben and Abby would love that, though, right?
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, let's say your boss came up to you, says that things are going a little bit tough here recently, but instead of looking at laying anybody off, they're just gonna, cut back on a couple of routes from you. So maybe you'd be working about 39 hours a week instead of 40. Now, you guys aren't gonna have to cut off cable or, cancel dentist appointments for the kids, forego pizza night, things like that, right? Nothing along those lines. Okay. Basically, the idea there, guys, Joe and Mary, is that 1 hour, one way or the other, really doesn't make that much of a difference for you guys, really, in the scheme of things. But not having these concerns taken care of for your family certainly could. So right now, Joe, let's say at your current job you're making about $800 a week, like we said, normal group benefits and everything like that. But then another job opens up, and with this job you'd be making around, let's say, $767 a week. It's about an hour's wage difference for you. Basically, the idea is setting aside, your first hour there Monday morning, setting it aside for your family to protect the other 39 hours that you'd be working. Who even really likes that first hour anyways, right?
Yeah.
Sitting around getting coffee. And then with
Not
that,
me, I'm driving the truck.
You're driving the truck, but you're dealing with rush hour traffic and things like that. And with that 1 hour, all of your gaps will be taken care of. So we have the freedom of choice and funeral benefit taken care of here for both of you guys, so your family doesn't have to worry about it at that time. We have your income protected, Joe, for 5 years, $3,200 coming in each month for the next 5 years for your family. Mary, we have is it still going? Okay. Mary, we have the mortgage taken care of here for the family, so if Joe were to lose his life in an accident, the mortgage would be taken care of completely. We've got the kids' education taken care of, $40,000 for both Ben and Abby, plus that $10,000 life insurance plan starting at the gate for them. Comparing that to your current job right now, they're not going to pay for your funeral. They're not going to pay your income for 5 years. They're certainly not going to pay off your mortgage or send your kids to college or have a life insurance plan set in place for them. We also have the family protected here in case of any sort of accident or injury, small or large, little bump or, a big accident. And the retirement and pension savings are also secure here as well. Additionally, we do have that terminal illness benefit, be $7,500 here for you, Mary, half of your funeral benefit. Joe, for you, it would be a little bit more, actually. Let me take a look. It would be about, I'm kind of spitballing here, $67,000 for you, Joe, that you could access prematurely here if something were to happen to you. And as you know right now, with your current job, if you have to go to the hospital, they're not going to pay income to you here in any sort of accident. With your current job, you don't have this. You don't have the retirement savings protected, and you don't have that permanent illness. And like I said, too, with Job B here, we'll say, that's that permanent and portability, and then also the layoff waiver and the strike waiver for you guys. Now, Joe, if you were given a choice here between these two jobs, Job A and Job B, which one of these jobs would you take?
Job B.
Job B? Okay. Now, why do you say that if you're making more money over here with Job A?
You're getting all the extra benefits.
Yeah, exactly, me too. It's a no-brainer, really. Now, what I've just gone over with the two of you is what the benefit software recommends is the basic program to handle these concerns for you guys. Now, one suggestion it is making would be to actually double your funeral benefits to protect against inflation, expenses increasing due to inflation, or other unexpected expenses for your family at the time. So let me write that out. So it'd be bringing it up to $30,000 here for both of you. Now, did you guys want to start off with the basic program here for your family at about 1 hour's wage per week, Joe? and Mary, or did you guys want to do a little bit more for your family and set aside about an extra $12 a week to start off with the inflation option?
How much is that gonna be?
So with option one, it'd be about a difference of $33 a week. It's about $133 a month. Or the second option would be setting aside that extra $12 a week to start off with the inflation option. So it'd be about $133 versus $185.
That's a lot of money. We have to think about this stuff.
Help me understand. You say that because you're just concerned about the affordability for the two of you here?
Yeah, we have to think about the program. We don't just do, decision on the spot like that.
Oh yeah, no. I understand. And actually, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Before we get into talking about price and hashing out the details there, I do need to make sure that you guys can qualify. So let me just run through the health questions here for you guys real quick. This is for the two of you and for the two kids as well. Have either of you ever been treated or advised to be treated for alcoholism or alcohol abuse, including membership in AA?
No.
Okay. Ever used any drugs not prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine, amphetamines, barbiturates, hallucinogens, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Have either of you ever had your driver's license suspended or revoked because of a moving violation?
Yeah, 5 times.
5 times, exactly.
Yeah.
So no, Joe?
No.
No, that, okay. I'm gonna. Any AIDS or HIV for either of you?
No.
Okay. And Mary, you do smoke?
Yes.
Okay. Joe, have you ever smoked before?
No.
Okay. And have either of you guys used any marijuana in the last year?
No.
Okay.
Every day.
Every day. Smoke weed every day?
Smoke
Okay.
it every day.
All right. Okay. Now, guys, I'm not an underwriter. I'm not the person that decides, who can and can't get insurance. But for as long as I've been doing this and as many folks as the company is able to get coverage out to, I think I should be able to get you guys to qualify for the program. Now, this is the Q&R checklist that I go through with everybody that I sit down with. Basically just describes the enrollment process here. The first thing that it talks about is the way that the program is set up. It's set up on a once-a-month computerized deduction through your banking system. Actually, having it done this way gains you guys a little bit of a discounted rate. So the program, if we were to start off here with the 1 hour's wage per week, it'd be about $133 a month. Now, I know you said that you flinched a little bit at that one.
Yeah, we just, like I said, it sounds good. It's like an eye opening for me, but
Oh yeah.
we're just gonna think about it. Can you leave your card and we can, I can get back to you, later.
Yeah.
Give us a couple days.
I get where you guys are coming from for sure. Unfortunately, like I did say before, they wanted us to do this on an enrollment basis, like your letter said. And they figured that they could do it this way since, they already checked everything out and approved it here for the members. The company, you know that the company is A+ rated, 100% union, and over 20,000 other unions and groups have approved this as well. Really, these insurance benefits, guys, have been checked and rechecked, and these are the ones that you two are entitled to and eligible for. Obviously you guys do what you want here with the program, but the main thing is getting in on the benefits, but keeping it comfortable.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel, setting aside about $33 a week is going to take food off the table for the two
It's
of you?
not about that. I already have insurance. I have 20,000.
Oh, yeah.
And 50,000. So, she can sell the truck. My truck is worth about $100,000.
Right.
So,
No, guys,
I think we have enough insurance for right now, right, honey? Yeah, I think so too.
No, guys, I get where you're coming from with that. Like I said, I sit down with a lot of folks that, have their own trucks or their own farms and, have assets and things like that. And, even if we had, $500,000 or $100 million of insurance stacked up here, that would seem like a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
But, when you start talking about your income, Joe, something we'd really just take for granted being cut off forever. All of a sudden it doesn't seem like that much. Your income right now, you said you're making about $3,200 a month?
Yes.
So that's about, around, like $45,000 a year?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've been earning that for about like the last 5 years?
Yeah, 7.
7, okay. All right. So, over the last 5 years, you've earned right around $200,000 in all. How much of that do you have left?
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess not so much, right?
No, probably not.
Yeah. Exactly. And Joe, if something had happened to you, 5 years ago, Mary, right now you would be faced with, what do we sell first, or, what government line do we stand in? I mean, it's very difficult to ever truly have enough insurance for your family because they always need more. I mean, your family needs the protection, and I mean, you can only do what you can do here. So really, it's just a matter of what's comfortable for you guys. I mean, you guys are telling me that $130 a month, $33 a week isn't going to take food off the table for the two of you. I mean, and these are gaps that we found here based on, the coverage that you guys have in place currently. I told you already, I told you before, I mean, I wouldn't show you guys something that you don't need.
Yeah, but $130 a month, that's, it's an adjustment that, I have a lot of expenses right now,
Oh yeah.
My engine blew up, so I just had to rebuild and put like $30,000 in my engine. So, right now the things are tight. So I don't think we can afford that right now, as of right now. Maybe later down the road, yes, but right now we can't afford the $130.
Oh yeah, no, Joe, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, every time it feels like we're just about to get caught up, another bill comes along, right? And puts us back in the hole. I know it's tough. I get it. I do. But when you guys think about it over the years, I mean, you're right on point. It's an adjustment. And you guys have always been able to make whatever adjustments have been necessary to keep food on the table for the kids, heat on the family, or heat on in the wintertime, winter jackets, gloves, mittens, everything for the kids, right? And each other.
Yeah.
You guys have done what you needed to get by. And really, Joe, the only thing that would ever prevent that from happening for you guys, for your family, would be if all of a sudden one of you wasn't here anymore. And Joe, I mean, in your case, all of a sudden, that income we all took for granted really is cut off forever. And Mary, that's the adjustment that, Joe, you wouldn't be here to make, and Mary, you guys couldn't possibly make without Joe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you would find a way to get by somehow, but it would be mighty difficult. Sure, another $30 a week is an adjustment, yeah, absolutely, I'm not denying that. But, I mean, just maybe try to think of it as if Uncle Sam just increased your taxes. I mean, that's not too hard to imagine, right?
No, it's not.
I mean, the main point I'm trying to make, Joe, is that you're still here. And you guys can make this adjustment. You absolutely can make this adjustment to make sure that your family isn't faced with something that they couldn't possibly get by without you. I mean, let me put it this way, Joe. If you were making right now this $767 a week, all these benefits were already in place, your boss comes up to you, says, hey, you know what, Joe, we're going to pay you an extra $30 a week, but you have to give up all these benefits right here. Mary, would you be so happy if Joe made that decision?
Not really.
Not so much. Now, why is that? I mean, he's making an extra $30 a week.
Yeah, but doesn't have the benefits.
Exactly. So you guys can see the value in this program. You know that it's an important thing for your family. It's something that you wouldn't want to give up if you already had it.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and start you guys off here at the basic program, the 1 hour's wage per week. Get this in place here for the family. And we'll be able to make sure that this is all taken care of for you guys.
Yeah, but like I said, it's no way we can swing $130. That's too much.
That's too much, guys? Okay.
No, I mean, if I'm gonna get it today and cancel it tomorrow,
Oh yeah, I mean, that's not what I want for you guys either. And if I can't help you, I'm certainly not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna put you guys in a situation that's gonna, hurt you guys and impact your family to the point where, you're making sacrifices on meals or anything like that. That's no good. I mean, like I said, this program is set up on setting aside about 1 hour of your wage each week, Joe. I mean, if you weren't comfortable setting aside that first hour Monday morning, about what part of that hour would you feel comfortable setting aside?
I don't
the first
know,
45
maybe
minutes?
like, I don't know, 30 minutes? I don't know, I mean...
Let me see about making a couple of adjustments
Things
here.
are tough right now.
No, I understand. And let me ask you too, I mean, of the benefits that we've reviewed here with the two of you, which of these do you feel would be the most devastating to lose?
I think, I don't know, income protection.
Income protection for you, Joe. Now, why do you say that?
That would give her, my income if something were to happen. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Her final expense. I don't know. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
they all seem good, but like we can't get afford it right now.
Right. So for you, Joe, the income protection is key. You want to make sure that Mary's protected. That's great. And Mary, can you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mary, for you, which of these benefits would be the most, devastating for you to lose?
I don't know. House.
The house.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys have worked hard for this house with the kids. It's huge. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see about making a couple of adjustments here and there, trying to make the program a little bit more comfortable for you guys, see what I can come up with here. You said around, 35 to 40 minutes a week, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. Alright guys, I was able to bump a couple things around here and there, still keeping most of the program in place for you. Just bringing down the final expense a little bit and keeping 3 full years of income protection for the 2 of you here. Mortgage is intact, and we still have the kids taken care of here as well. That'd be around $80 a month, which I think would be, based on what you told me, Joe, you said that would be more comfortable for you guys.
Yeah, that might be a little more comfortable,
Okay.
yeah.
So let me go ahead then and go through the application process with you guys, like I said. So the program's going to be $80.66 a month. That can be handled anytime here between the 1st and the 12th of the month. So what date is going to make the most sense for you guys?
The 1st and the 12th. We need to do it on, I don't know, by the end of the month, by the 28th.
Okay. I mean, we can choose the 28th as a date. The only concern there is that you guys would be charged here, in the next bit of time, and then also, well, let me get into that. I mean, is there a difference for you guys between the 1st and the 28th?
Yeah, because all our bills comes on the 1st. Then I get paid every 2 weeks. So the first one goes to the bills, and whatever we have left over, basically is by the end of the month.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, if you're worried about the bills on the 1st, it might make sense to choose the 12th as your starting date for the program.
Yeah, but I'm saying, my bills, they come from the 1st to the 15th. So when I get my check on the 1st, that goes towards the bills,
Okay.
So then everything is budget.
Okay. Do you think that you could hold your paycheck from, the 15th that you'd be paying on the 28th and just, set that aside, reserve that each month, that $80 each month, $20 a week for the payment on the 1st? Would that work for you guys?
No, it's not going to work on the 1st.
Okay. I mean, we could choose to do the 28th, guys. That is an option. The only thing is that then the first or the second payment would come out a little bit earlier for you guys. So basically, with these benefits, you guys are conditionally covered from the moment that I walk out the door. If something were to happen here to you, Joe, or to you, Mary, you guys would be entitled to these benefits, assuming that everything came back as expected with your health. So with that, the first bank draft happens within the next 24 to 48 hours. So, probably today's Thursday, probably tomorrow, on Friday. And then the next bank draft after that would then happen on February 28th. Is that going to be okay?
No.
Why is that not okay?
Because I said I'm going to pay $160 in the same month. No, it makes no sense to me.
Well, it's still January technically right now.
Yeah, but it's January, but you're telling me that you're charging me on the 30th, $80, then you charge me again on the 28th.
A month later. Yep, so it's $80 a month.
Yeah, but it's I don't know, I don't want to do that like that.
Okay. Then it might make more sense to choose a date between the 1st and the 12th, because then it would happen during March. They can't give you 2 full months for $80. It's
I don't know, what you think, man? I don't know. Can we change the date later?
You guys can change the date later on for sure. They just require that they set it here between the 1st and the 12th. They base it off of today's date, and they can't have the 29th as a draft date because there are months that do not have 29 days. February. Stupid February.
I mean, I guess we'll go with the 12th.
Okay.
Then. I don't know.
That's what I would recommend for you guys too, because like I said, then the first draft comes out here pretty immediately. Then the next one doesn't come out until March 12th. So you guys are getting 6 weeks up front. It's actually a little bit more bang for your buck right out the gate. Now, because this is a member-owned program, once it's issued, it can't be taken away by American Income or your employer, Joe. So there's an application process, which I started here with the health questions. There will also be some additional information I'll need, and I'll go over that with you here in a couple of minutes. Joe, because you are a non-tobacco user, there is an oral specimen required here, along with an HIV consent form. It ensures that the results, if there were to be any sort of positive HIV test, would be sent here to you in your home privately. In addition to checking for nicotine use, it also tests for various health issues as well as drugs, both legal and illegal. Okay? Awesome. So the enrollment process takes anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks. If accepted, you'll receive your policies and a congratulatory letter welcoming you to American Income. It'll look just like this, say life policy on it. You guys want to make sure that you stick that in a safe place when it comes along. And then if you were denied for any reason, you could write to the company and request why. So like I said too, with these benefits, you're conditionally covered here. So the first bank draft happens within the next 24 to 48 hours. The first premium $60.66. Does that make sense? Okay, all I need you to grab from me are just, you know, I just need you to get it one time for me. Go ahead and grab your checkbook, your driver's licenses. You said that neither of you were on any sort of medication?
High blood pressure from
Oh, high blood pressure. Okay, I thought, okay. All right, if you could grab that high blood pressure medication, that'd be great. And your doctor's information, and I'll go ahead and get the rest of the enrollment process taken care of for you guys, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, we did the enrollment process and everything. Okay. Okay, now guys, if there is any sort of a health problem, the company is still going to attempt to approve you guys by adding what they call a special risk premium. You'll be notified if this happens, but let me go ahead and explain how this works. So basically in everybody's lives there are two sides. There's, you know, happy side over here where you're young, happy, healthy, frolicking around, nothing bad going on. And then over here on the other side of this big black line where you're not so happy, you're healthy. You're uninsurable due to either age, health, or habits. Now, with most insurance companies, if you have some sort of health risk or something come up, they're going to take you from right over here all the way across this line to the uninsurable side of things. You might not ever be able to get that sort of coverage again. But American Income's a little bit different. They're used to working with, you know, blue-collar families, folks that are, you know, their bodies get a little bit beat up. They might have some other health issues that you know, I mean, people are people. So basically, what they've done here is they've created this special risk group to try to help people that, you know, need the coverage that might not be able to get it otherwise. But, you know, how it works is that, you know, if you have maybe a small health issue, you might be in like a lower risk category. If you have a bigger health issue, you might be in a little bit of a higher category. And then the premium for that would be, you know, what the normal risk would be for somebody with that same health risk. Kind of like with car insurance. You know, if you've had a couple more speeding tickets on your record, you might be paying, you know, a little bit more for your car insurance every month, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's only fair. So for example, I mean, Joe, with you, with the high blood pressure, I've seen that, you know, kind of be like a moderate risk, maybe a couple bucks more a month, whereas somebody that's had like cancer history or something like that before, you know, might be paying closer to like 10 or 15 bucks more a month. I mean, it's all dependent for sure. So there might be a little bit of an increase here. If there is, I would definitely let you guys know, but it shouldn't be more than like maybe like a couple bucks a week, if that. That's not going to be a problem for you guys, right?
No.
Okay, cool. All right. Now guys, this is very important. You will receive one or more phone calls from the company asking you to review the questions that I asked with you guys here today. It'll be either an 800 number or a Waco, Texas number. Very important that you guys, you know, answer the phone, answer the questions. They just want to make sure that I'm doing my job right. It's kind of like a survey when you buy a new car. It should only take about 4 or 5 minutes. And you guys promise me that you'll pick up the phone or call them back if they leave a message?
Yeah.
Awesome. They also may ask a nurse to come out and to ask you some medical questions for either a blood or urine specimen. Actually, if they do it, it's pretty cool. It's all done at no cost to you and entirely at your convenience. It's kind of like having an old school doctor set up shop here in your place. It's kind of cool. Yeah. You can get the kids involved, get them interested in medical fields or something. But again, if they do request a medical exam, it's very important that you respond to those requests promptly, just because it might jeopardize your ability to get the coverage if you don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. We're also going to be requesting medical records here from your doctor. If for some reason your doctor is kind of slow about getting back to the request, doesn't respond, I'll give you guys a call here, see if you can nudge the process along a little bit, just to speed up the release of your medical records. Sound good? So basically we're going to be in communication here. Let's keep the communication going. All right. Only other thing I need to grab from you guys real quick are just your signatures and electronic signatures, and I will be on my merry way.
All right.
All right. Okay. So signatures, blah blah. Woohoo. Okay. So signatures are done.
Yes.
All right. So Joe and Mary, you know, pretty much. Packing up. So guys, pretty much everybody, you know, takes advantage of the program, like you guys, because of the value. And really the cost is very, very small compared to the many, many benefits that you guys are getting here. Now it is pretty rare, but occasionally I do see members cancel. Could be, you know, a week, month, year down the road. And usually, you know, what ends up happening, we see these members, again, a couple years later on, they're still members of, you know, the Teamsters or whatever other union they're a part of. And usually they're pretty upset because they're no further ahead than where they were.
Yeah.
So most people end up wanting to reapply for the same benefits. The only problem is that now they're more expensive, or worse yet, their health has changed and they can't get the coverage anymore. So really the point that I'm trying to make here is that, you know, this isn't a short-term solution for you guys, or I'm sorry, this isn't a short-term fix for you guys, it's a long-term solution. And you know, the longer that you're in the program here, the more the value for you guys. So guys, if you know this $80 a month right now is at all uncomfortable for you, let's go ahead and adjust it while I'm here. How does everything feel for you guys?
I'll be alright.
Feeling good?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling confident? A+?
Yeah.
Happy Mary? Happy
Yeah.
Joe? Happy kids? Happy life? Happy wife? Happy life, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Then please make sure that you keep this coverage in place here for your family. It's very important. And then the next time that I see you, you'll be really glad that you did. Okay?
Okay.
All right. It was very nice to meet both of you. Thank you so much for your time
Nice
here
to meet you.
today. And have a wonderful day.